I was born into show business. There's a joke about something that I was actually a part of growing up, the Aristocrats. I actually was an aristocrat. It's kind of weird to be a part of that legend. I don't put the Aristocrats on my resume anymore, you know? It doesn't take away from, like, my pride. My family, we performed together. It was my mom, my dad, me, my brother, and my Nana. My father would come out on stage, then music would play, and he would start masturbating. My brother comes out. They do like a mutual masturbation, kind of like a dueling banjos. They're holding hands and spin. I stay in a stationary position when the assholes come by, and I lick the assholes. And in one motion, my mother, both pinkies up their assholes as they come. It's pretty spectacular, and it's all about timing. We had fun and we laughed a lot, you know. We did a lot of laughing. You know, people think maybe that's a weird way to grow up. I loved it, you know. I was homeschool.
Any particular shows stand out in your mind?
Nope. Oh, yeah. My brother has Down syndrome. Did I say that? People might think it's a setback, but really, it's a selling point. It's not a handicap. I don't want to say it's a gift. When we think of it as a gift just in terms of ticket sales, but I mean, we think of it as showing the other beauties that God creates, like the ones with the bigger foreheads and the lower eyelids. So anyway, blah, blah, blah. He's really good at the timing, and the timing is so crucial, but sometimes he gets on a jag, you know? And there was a kitten in the wings. The next act has a kitten. He just went, kitty, you know, he went, kitty, you know, he kind of reached, so it was kind of to the side. And when my mother came out and she goes to put her pinky in, she went like that, missed it, but my mother just hooked around, and the cum, instead of going forward in a perfect fountain, it went perpendicular and in a perfect fountain. It was kind of Picasso-esque, or, you know, not symmetrical. I don't know the words, but that way. So it was a mistake, but it was one of those happy accidents, and we did that on purpose a couple of times.
Were you well received?
We definitely couldn't go first, you know. We couldn't open, but we also can't really close because my brother it's an ironclad bedtime. So we would middle, and those were rocky shows, but we kind of really are our own audience. So, you know, unless they're actually throwing things at us, then it's, that happens sometimes. But it really sells. Nana was the manager, she didn't perform. She just went in and pitched the show. I mean, it really does sell itself. You know, she just said, we have a family act. You know, my son comes out and masturbates, and my grandson comes out and masturbates. Oh, and have you seen a picture of my grandson, you know? And then my granddaughter, she's a comedian, you know, like she was on Conan, you know. But then she licks their tuchuses, because she won't say asshole. And then they come all over the joint, she says. And I miss my Nana. She died. She was 97. But I suspect foul play.
Were the Aristocrats ever on The Tonight Show?
Not The Tonight Show, but Joe Franklin loved the Aristocrats. He kept saying, I can be in it, I can be in it. And we'd say, fine, we'll write a part in for you. But then he would say, like, he just wants to be at the rehearsals. He was like our rehearsal director when Dad and my brother weren't there, and my mother and my Nana weren't there. I was on his show. He said it wasn't a taped show, but we like did a show.
Like in his apartment?
Yeah, it was his office. But he had a bed in it, like a couch that he called Uncle Joe's bed for little people, because a couch is like a bed for little people, you know? Joe Franklin raped me.
Sarah Silverman is a young lady to watch. I'll keep an eye on her.
Well, you've never met her?
No.